the payroll, it is giving as 100, like it is giving the attendance bonus as 100 as of now. But when I tried using G, it was giving us 200. That's why I changed it to T and added the eliminate split indicator. I'm not sure whether it is correct or not, but I just tried it.
We'll come back to this.
Okay, sure.
Right. Today we will discuss the first part. Then we will come to second part. Then we will, if time is there, we will go to that info type 14 part.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think we are discussing about the same factoring yesterday part. So I think I have made a Excel somewhere. So I'm deleting the absences what are there in April month as of now, because yesterday we don't have any absences. So there is no absence in the month of April. So we are getting 51,000 as of now here. So the same thing we have one split over there, means we are getting two wastage for each one. If you see 801 with so here again there is 801 because of the split. If you see the first split, so it will read like this. The same thing I have put it in Excel. So it's the same calculation what we discussed yesterday. Only yesterday where we missed is here we have to take 30 and we are dividing some wrong calculation. Right. So T SOLL it will be. I think we have to wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. Somebody. Okay. So let us say here, as I said, TKSOLL is the partial period. Okay. So for the partial period, let us say we have the first split from 1 to 13. So it will take us 13 days. And as of now, TKA within the partial period, is there any uh, unpaid absence? It will check. So there is no unpaid absence as of now. So this is a 1 lakh constant from 511K table. I have put it there here. And this KDA whenever it will take the complete month days. Okay, 30. So now if the calculation starts 13 minus 0, we got 13. So into a 1 lakh, we got 13 lakhs. Right. So then it is dividing with 30 days for the current month, that is April. So we are getting this much of rate. Okay. Similarly, if you go to the second split, the same rule will read for the second wage type 801. So the partial period days are 17. We are getting 17. So I am making it as 0. which is unpaid absences. We don't have any unpaid absences. So what it become? So this 17 minus 0, we got 17. So that 17 into 1 lakh, we got 17 lakhs. Again 17, if you see this 17 divided by 30, we are getting this much of number. Okay, these things will be stored in 801 in the first split 1 and split 2. Okay, so if you see the output, how it will read second time, this is the second split wastage, the same rule will be reading again. And if you see the output, so first 801 for the period 1 will be storing with this number, and second 801 will be storing with these two numbers. So these are the two numbers if you see for first wave step and for the second wave step for the two splits. So likewise, if you have further splits also, it will bifurcate according to the split period and it will calculate the rate. Okay, so coming back further to XVAL, where the processing class 10 will work for us. So if you compare with basic pay, we have two basic pays. Again, if you see in the input, we have basic pay wage step of 0 100, right? So we have two basic salaries, one is split indicator 1 and split indicator 2, right? So it is 51,000 in both places. Okay, so the first one will multiply with 801 with split indicator 1. If you see this, if you go to the rule XVAL to 0 100, first one, this is the rule which was reading here, right? 10 we have maintained as 1, so it should multiply with 801. So if you take this rule over here, right? So it is evaluating processing class 10, it was maintained 1, that is why this rule was reading. So eliminate star, the split indicator which is there, for that it will eliminate. Reset RA means again it will reset rate and amount. So from here the actual rule will start. We are considering rate as this one, 801, right? Then we are doing a multi function. Okay, multiply rate, amount and number. So what it is doing, this into 51,000 is the amount for there. So you are getting this much of big amount, right? Then it is dividing with 1 lakh, which we multiplied here. But here if you see, here I am telling rate is equal to this much, rate into multi RAA, rate into amount, and I want a output as amount. So this will store in amount and this will store in rate. So this amount, then I am dividing, after getting the amount, I am dividing it with 1 lakh. So I am getting 2 to 100 as my output. So since I got the amount, I don't require this rate. We are telling 0 is equal to R. And finally, you are getting this amount to the basic salary wastage, right? So in the same case, the second split, same. Apart from remaining calculations, we have the same thing. Only the difference is rate we are taking this much. And remaining activities, same, multiply with the same amount, and we are dividing it 1 lakh, and you got this number. So if you see, if you add these two amounts, you should get the actual amount, that is 51,000, right? So this will be the actual calculation was happening within the two PCRs, that is XVAL and INP1, that is factoring PCR. So that PCR will calculate the rate, and this PCR will multiply with the relevant wage steps based on the processing class 10 what we maintain. Got it? You want me to explain something else, something more? Yesterday we was a bit confused because of the calculation part.
Could you please explain that RAA?
Yeah. See, here we have what we are taking, as we know, while coming to the XVAL PCR, right? In the input, we have a 0-100 wage step, which is holding. I am taking this example. It will go for all the wage steps based on the processing class one. So in our example, we are taking basic salary. It holds a number. It holds a amount, right? So while going to the PCR, already we have this as amount, 51,000 in the amount field. A wage step will store amount, number, and rate at any point of time. Okay, so already we have amount, and we are getting a rate from /801. So there is a amount and rate. Then we'll do multi, then followed by RA, multi space. If you are giving RAA stands for rate into amount equal to amount I want. If you put RAR, rate amount equal to in the rate place, that this number will come. Okay, likewise you have three options: rate, amount, number. If you put RAN, this will store in the number field of this basic salary wage step. So here we are going to generate, we want the output amount, so we are putting RAA. So this is R, that is why I have put the same thing, this into this. Whatever the number it will come, it will store in amount place. So that is why that amount, again I changed here. If you see, everything we are used rate is equal to, here because we pushed it into amount 1, I am telling amount divided by this K, GE and AU, which is the constant from 511K table. Okay, if you go to 511K table, there is a 1 lakh stored in that particular constant table, right? So we are getting this much of number. So already we got amount here using this multi-function, and we require only amount. There is no requirement of rate, so we are putting it as 0 is equal to R, gives you, means it will make rate is equal to 0. If you put 0 is equal to RA, amount will also become 0. Everything will become 0. Okay, if sometimes if you are using, instead of rate, if you are using number, let us say in the next topic, means if you are going for time waste evaluations, when you are writing PCR, from time data which we will get numbers, how many hours we worked or how many days we worked, like overtime or any of the things which we work. So at that time we will use this function to 0 is equal to n, means we don't want number, we already evaluated some overtime, we got the amount, so we can use 0 is equal to number, and then we can add the waste. Right?
Okay. Thank you, Krishna.
Yeah. Only thing is, we should understand the process. The system what was already there in standard for all countries, it is same. Factoring will go in the same manner with the splits. Only thing is, whenever we are calculating, definitely we will get confused, but still it is a standardized process. Any questions, or can we go to our logic what we have written? Or we'll do one thing, we'll enter a options and we'll calculate the same thing. Because we are taking loss of pay, we'll do on 14th will fall under second split, right? If we put in the second split, so here I have to put 1 day loss of pay, right? So if you put that, rate should become this much, and this amount will become 27,200, and the final output should come like 49,300 we should get. So 49,300 we got. If you see which split was reducing, so if it falls under second split, the options, the second split slash 801 wasted. See, second split was reduced to 533 instead of previously it is 5666 like that. See, it also become before it is 0, so it is 56 and you are getting 51,000 to as take home. If you put 1 day in the second period, it will do like this. If you change the date from
Hello, Krishna.
let yes,
Could you please mute everyone?
pardon.
Can you please mute everyone? There's some music in background.
Actually, sorry, I think we can't help you. There is music on in my surroundings, actually, in my apartment,
Okay.
because of this festival season. Even I was in my room itself, still it was coming that much loud. So if we change to 13, which will go to the first split. Okay, if so, this 0 we have to remove over here, and we have to put it here. So it should change as this much. So the same value, final value, and you will get the same split differences over here. See, this become 40,000 and this is as it is. So apart from that, it won't change a big. So is it clear up to here what the standard factoring was happening? Right. So here it will.
Yes, it is clear, Krishna, but I'm still unable to understand if we use G, how does it work? It will
That's
not.
what. If you are clear up to T, we will go to G.
Okay. Yeah. So far it's clear.
Sure. So now for understanding Z, we have created one scenario for attendance bonus, right? So I think Sagar also asked something about the same thing, because see, if you are taking, you understand now what TKSYL will do. It will take 13 days. It will check on within the 13 days of period is there any absence or not, and the same thing, paid or unpaid absences both, and we are comparing with TKSYL again. Okay, so in this particular period, let us say take example of second period or first period. Okay, if there is no paid or unpaid absence and you are checking it with TKSYL again, which is the same 13, it will definitely give you a positive value. Okay, it will tell this one, and we are going to generate 100 rupees, which is wrong, right? Because you are clear about the partial. So here I am not going to take any partial thing. So here, whenever there is a step, I am going to take complete 30 days over here for the complete period instead of partial period. That is the whole period I am going to take. The paid absences, AP star star stands for paid absences in calendar days. That also I am taking for whole month. So 30 minus if the options paid in first or second split, I'm going to take here and I'm subtracting here. Okay, so this actually not required now. This I think we have to put it initially to if you want to remove the split indicator. If you want to remove indicator number. So even this also I am going to take it as GQSL. Then I am going to take this constant. Okay, that is 100 we maintain. So again already we are taking amount, so it is not required to take again a rate. I think Sagar you made these changes. So we can add to output table. But what will happen if there is a split? These waste steps also we are getting 2. So whenever the condition is going true, we are getting 2, waste steps. To reduce this, what you have to do is here you have to use the T concept. See this 100 for first 13 days how much it is, and next 17 days how much it is, we have to calculate. So if it is generating 2 times also, finally it will become 100. See, I am not going to subtract, generally what we will do, rate is equal to this, rate minus uh, paid or unpaid absences, TKU, star and all this stuff. Here I am not going to do anything. Just I am taking this, okay, and rate divided by, so what I am taking TKSYL, if it is first period, it is 13, 13 divided by 30, whatever it is coming, right? And then I am using multi rate amount, or you can put amount rate, any of the multiplication you can put. Then I am going to add to here. So coming to Excel, the same logic. This one I think maybe it will be a bit confusing, so I will tell you here. This is 100 we maintain. This, if it is first, you will get 13. This you will get 30. So here we are doing a multiplication, okay, and you are getting the output. If you so what I am going to do is this divided by 30 I am going to do. So you got something like this. Then what we are doing, what is the amount? 100 is the amount, and we are multiplying this 100 with this 0.43. So you got 43.33 over here. The same thing we are adding here. So if you copy the same thing to the second split, in our example, right? So these days become 17, right? You got this much, 56 point, the same logic. If you add both, you will get the final 100 rupees. This is what the simple logic what I done. Okay, 13 minus 30 I am doing. Okay, if there is no split, if you say, so it will become 30. If say if it is only one split, the amount directly it will become 100. And second split, there is no concept of second split, right? So here we have split, so it is calculating like this. If there is no split, the TKSVL itself become 30 of 31 basing on the month, and it will calculate direct 100. Right? We will see how it is working when you run the payroll. Okay, now this is less than in how it is. So if you run the payroll now. $810, the same logic. It went to less than. I think we maintained some options for this guy. So if you go to the second one also, it will go to less than itself, right? Even the options falls under first or second split, it will check that and it will go to less than one instead of checking with that only for the particular split. See, we have only in the month of April we have only one options on first split. Even then in the second split also it is going to less than. Okay, that is the importance of G. If you remove this unpaid options G to T, it will take only for the particular split, that is from 14th to 30th. Is there any unpaid options or not, right? So let us say we will delete this and we will see how it is done. So in the both cases now it will go to true. See, this is the first one. So it went to true and we are taking 100 and whatever I said calculation, right? 13 divided by 30, then it is calculating the amount and it is adding to the waste step. Here you can see the amount and rate because we, so likewise for 2 times it will read. It is 810. It 10 was missing. Okay, we are adding it to 180. Sorry, I am checking with. So we have two waste steps. If you see rate, what I said, 0.43 and 0.53 for split indicator 1 and 2. Then it is dividing the amount like this, and if you see finally your amount will be like this. But we can eliminate this basing on processing class 5. I think Shweta asked yesterday how to do that. So finally the amount calculation should be like this. Okay, when you are going for factoring related PCR for attendance bonus or such kind of issues. So there are two things. One is processing class 20. It won't go directly to RT. Okay, the other thing is processing class 5, where we maintain store in RT without split indicator. If you see here, processing class 20 will be within the factoring schema. See, here is the processing class 20. Basing on this, this PCR will move to RT table or IT table. So somewhere processing class 5 will be there. So finally, if you see the form, you will get the final output waste. Okay, and one more thing, Shweta, you said if you have giving some 1,000 rupees of amount, it is giving multiple values, means double value it is coming. So for that also what you have to do is processing class 10. If you are maintaining the waste type in info type 8, we have to maintain specification as 4. So whenever there is a split, it will reduce accordingly. The same concept what I explained. In the factoring, if you see, we have a uh, 804 PCR. It won't do anything. What it will do, it will TKSYLL divided by TKDAVA for the particular split. Okay, so this constant anyhow, if you maintain for the particular waste type, processing class has 4. Okay, so the rate it will multiply, and this 1 lakh again it is going to divide. So you will get the actual output instead of getting double amount.
So Krishna, instead of maintaining 0, I can maintain x4, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It won't prorate anything, right? But if it will take care of split, right? Is it clear what we discussed this ATT?
Krishna, how did you merge this 43 and 57? You maintain processing class 5, is it?
Yes, processing class 5, it will be somewhere. Better if you check in. But in the standard VCRs, you can, instead of checking all this, you can maintain processing class 5 as 0, so that it will merge. Or within the payslip itself, you can do that. Which VCR we have? See, here is the processing class IN30. So it will merge the things and it will do, right? So here we are maintaining 0. So it is doing nothing. Eliminate star and ADDWTE it is telling. So it is directly moving to RT, eliminating the split. What is it? INEL. So we have these two over here with split 1 and 2 for all the waste steps. So up to here it came. Then if it is reading our split waste steps, because we maintained 0, so it is reading the same PCR, and in the output it will go to RT table actually, because we have put it as ADDWTE. So it is directly going to RT table. If you are putting ADDWT star, then it will go to the same table, that is OT table. So from here, the split was removing and it is storing in RT without split indicator. Clear? So these are the two things. If you want, I will share this Excel also, but we have to understand again, because this is way, actually, if you want to understand each and every bit, you have to put it in Excel. But every time we won't do once we got the clear understanding what this was, what factoring was doing. Right? Can we continue with that info type 14 concept, where there is no standard thing if there is a split, or we will continue tomorrow with that concept? Better, I think we will continue the topic in the tomorrow session, because even I have a lot of disturbance here today. If you have any questions on the same topic, let me know. Anybody? Sagar, I am not checking your text actually. Praveen, what you want? Can you speak somebody instead of charting me? I can't, go quickly to that chart.
Right. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, yes. Who is this?
Great. This is Praveen.
Praveen, yes, Praveen. Tell me what's your question?
The question is, see, so far I think you've gone with two, three, with the PCS you've written so far. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just to recapitulate, could you please go one by one? Like this was a scenario, and this is the PCR has been written. So I think for people like me who are just new, will get it much faster.
No, actually, I think this is the first session for you, right?
Yes. I mean, yesterday I did, but then
Yes, even yesterday also. Actually, we have a scenario actually that is already explained. So yesterday we again, gone back. Anyhow, I'll explain again the same concept what we have discussed today.
Right. So my request is, I mean, if you could just highlight, you have written PCRs, partial, and then full period parameter with the G, all the stuff.
Okay.
So could you please, I mean, maybe it may take only 2-3 minutes just to capsulate, like this is the scenario, this is what the PCR is. So, thank you.
See, actually the scenario today we worked is to generate a attendance bonus waste type. Okay, if employee is not having any of the options in the month, let us say this will happen many times for industrial workers or associate employees, whatever we call. So for them, client has decided that if employee is not utilizing for the complete period, okay, paid or unpaid absence, Okay, any of the options like casual leave, sick leave, or loss of pay, if the employee is not using any of the options, they will generate 100 rupees of bonus for the particular employee. So how
Got
to
it.
capture that? We are writing, a PCR using /810 wastage. So for that purpose, what we have done, we had gone to a copied schema, payroll schema. So here, if you see somewhere, we have, factoring related subschema will be there for each country. If you go for international, you will have XPPF like that. But everything almost similar. There won't be big difference. So I copied a subschema over here. So within the subschema, I copied a standard factoring PCR. And if you see here, there is a Zen/8. I changed the number to 10. So I want to generate /8 series waste steps of number 10. So total 10 waste steps I will get as input. Okay. And the /810 waste step which is there, that I am going to use to cop up this scenario. Right.
Okay.
So this is the PCR. I am coming back to the PCR. So here if you see, I have created, see actually by standard there will be 5 for India. If you go for remaining countries, there will be change in numbers. Okay, so this anyhow it is not in use as of now. So I am creating my own logic under this rule, under this waste type. So here what I am taking, as I explained, this is the days within for the complete whole month. That is the Z stands for. Again I will go to documentation to check again what I am explaining. So I just pressed F1. So I'm going to the operands and I'm using G, or here somewhere you can see Z. If you see second operand, this one I am using. So I'm clicking on this Z and I'm searching for Z over here. So here if you see, the Z itself stands for partial period parameters for whole month. It's not for partial month. Similarly we have T. So this is for partial period parameters for partial period if there is a split. So that is why I have used an G. If you want to see further, things after the Z, I have used KSOLL, which is the planned working time in the calendar days. You will get the planned time within that split, right? So if you give KDIVI, it will take the total time in calendar days. So basing on this documentation, I have created GSYLL for that month, and AP star star, that is paid absences I am taking, means subtracting from this rate, and unpaid absences also I am subtracting. Let us say if it is 30 minus paid and unpaid absences I am doing. So even if it is not equal to 30 again, I am taking again GKSYLL, comparing rate question mark then followed by the same operand I am giving. So if it is not equal to 30, it will be less than, right? So if it is less than, I am not generating anything, any amount. If it is equal to 30, there won't be greater than again, because we are subtracting something from the same operation. So I am getting a amount from constant table 511 P. This is, if you use I, right? So again I am doing the partial period factoring, like here for that particular period, 13 days for first period, 17 days in the second period, likewise it will get. So basing on the splits, if there is no split, again this will be 30. So 30 divided by 30, it will be 1. So we are multiplying the same thing, amount multiply amount, rate and amount, and we are getting Z, ATT, that is attendance bonus wastage, right? So the same thing was, if you check in the log, the same thing will happening here. So in the first PCR, what we have written in the factoring part, So there are, sorry, 810 I have written. So we have 810 two times. It is the first split. So the same thing it will read, and you will be getting the output like this. So if you club these two things, that is the 100 rupees what employee is getting. Okay. So basing on processing class 5, you can club these things, and you can display in the payslip like this. So I think Praveen, most of the things, because you are in the middle of the session, initially we discussed about how to, write the PCR from the basic, but still, I think it is clear for you as of now.
Yes, yes. I mean, uh, I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
There are two things which
Because
I really need on this.
yeah. Yes, tell me.
First and foremost is for US also, I believe the same 801 to 808 or 80816 did get generated, if I'm not
Yes.
wrong, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So my question is, if I mean, why use 810? Why not use 801 in this case?
In which case you are telling, in our case
Attendance
you are
bonus,
telling, or
attendance bonus. For attendance bonus, you're using 810, right?
yes, yes,
So I mean, what's the logic of using 810 and not 801? Because 801 itself is a partial period parameter, right? That's what you're generating.
yes. So there is no big logic actually. Many people will work on 801 also. But here,
Okay.
whenever I do the work, let us say if you are working on Indian payroll, okay. So these things are doing some standard functionalities. First 5
Okay.
for India. So I am not going to disturb those things. So I want to
Right.
use my.
Okay.
I don't want to disturb my standard things. That is why whenever you are, see, let us say if you are the same thing, because we have to follow some. Uh, See, if you see why we copied 6NAL, why not directly we are working with INAL. So we have to follow SAP standard. So if something upgrade happened in the project, so everything will be reverted, right?
Right. Right.
So if we are thinking up to that level, definitely we have to use our own things. Even we can create our own things. So for if you are
Got it.
copying
Got it.
Indian one, it will disturb.
Got it. Got it. So that means even in US, I believe, maybe I'll get to know more from you when I really join your classes. Is this
Yes, of course.
in US you using 801 to 808, I believe, right? So and thereafter it is all.
If you go in depth, US, I think I will tell you it. It will in US it will calculate basing on the a bit different logic, but nothing big difference. This is the factoring PCR. So it is generating 16. So
Yes.
there is a XPPF PCR instead of INP1. But here they are using, if I am going to this PCR, there is a different, operation. In my view, both are will do the same thing. Several conditions. If you see 801, so PPPAR, it will check if employee is inactive in the particular period or not, in the particular split or not. Okay. If he is inactive for the whole period, it won't read anything. So if it is there is no, again it will go to XPP0 APCR. Again there is a what you say, there is a operation checking with unpaid absences. Is there any unpaid absences? It will go to a factoring, exact factoring PCR. If it is not absence, again it will check is there any basic pay change in middle. So likewise it's a continuous checking process, entry in the month and all this stuff. But whatever we have discussed in Indian payroll, that will do everything instead of this. So finally, if you go to XPP1, so if you see the same logic what we have written, apart from SSOLL, we are used TKSOLL based on calendar days. These things are based on hours. For hours, K stands for calendar days, A stands for attendance days. You can use any of the logic. Apart from
Right.
that, remaining functionality is same. See, here we have to understand how the PCR is flowing. Apart from everything is same in factory.
Right. Right.
So that's all for the day. If you have any questions from anybody, please let me know. The concept why the InfoType 14 I am telling is InfoType 14 concept, we have to create a processing class and we have to modify the PCR X011. So if you people have some time, you can go and do a R&D on this before attending the class so that you will be a bit clear what I am going to explain. If you see in the standard schema, we have uh, INAP, so import payments and directions a subschema. Still we have to copy this. If you see there is X011 opposite to P0014 as well as P0015 as well as 267 also. So in this PCR we have to add some other functionality. So we will use processing class 47. Okay, so in that processing class 47 we will create a, instead of A Q we will create a Z, and we have to make the waste type to participate in factoring. So the complete concept I will explain tomorrow from the basic. Okay then.